And welcome back. Here we go again. I'm the Diggity Diggity Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. Our next guest is a singer, songwriter, and producer, and she joins us to speak about her rise in the music industry and highlights her latest work, too. So please welcome to the show, Dyani. Dyani, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thank you, Dr. Lee, for having me.
You're sitting out there next to Pennsylvania, huh?
I sure am. Jersey girl, born and raised, but right outside of Philly.
Jersey's in the house. All right. Right outside of Philly. Are you being affected by that I-95 meltdown, so to speak, or the collapse of the roadway?
It's terrible, but no, I haven't been affected so much. I have a short commute day to day, which is awesome. And I've had some performances over the last couple of days, but they haven't taken me into the city. But I have some travel this week coming. I'm a little nervous about how that's going to affect all of the things getting into and out of.
That's
like
all right.
Airport.
You have a thumb drive in your car?
Definitely.
So all you got to do is put on that music. Now, share a tiny bit with us about your story and how you came to love music so much.
So music has been in my life for my whole life. My mother is a singer and performer. My father, musician also. And they were young parents. So I hear stories all the time about how my dad had a Volkswagen Bug.
A punch car?
Speakers. The backseat was all speakers. And when I was born, they just kind of slid my car seat in the middle. And so I was getting good education from my early days.
Yeah.
But I've always loved music, always loved writing. I'm one of the people God slowed the world down during the pandemic for COVID-19.
Yeah.
And took advantage. I've been writing heavily and performing ever since.
Well, what propelled you into the music scene or into the limelight? What would you say was the thing that made you notice that, hey, you have moved up to the next level?
Hey, well, so here's the thing. I don't look like a traditional pop star or singer. I'm not an industry standard. My voice is very unique. I hope that everyone will take a minute to listen. And my song style is motivational. It's inspirational. It's not quite gospel.
Yeah.
So I didn't always know that my voice had value. But again, when the world slowed down for COVID-19, I realized that there were people that needed to be inspired and needed motivation. And so the motivational mix came to be. I thank God for connecting me with Jamel Vaughn of SBG Promotions and Management.
Yeah.
And he heard what I was doing and saw value in it. And we started running. You know, we hit the ground running and wrote and recorded music that we thought the world needed to hear. And that's been the motivation. That's what led me to believe we need to get to the next level.
That's good. Who are some of your mentors? Some of the people you love to listen to growing up? Since your mother and father put you between those speakers in the back of that little punch car and you just, that music was pounding on you.
So I'll definitely say Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire. Definitely influences. I love neo soul. I'm a child of New Jack Swing. So you'll hear all in my music as well.
Some of the places that you performed, I know you probably performed throughout New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. Some of the places that said to you when you stepped on stage, said, hey, you know, I have sort of arrived, but there's more work to do.
Definitely. So the biggest stage is definitely Amateur Night at the Apollo.
There you go.
Oh.
I used to host that.
Awesome. Well, it's a family. The Apollo is definitely a family that I'm hoping to get back to. But that was an experience that changed my view. I mean, New Yorkers don't play. That I know.
They don't. Not at all. Not at all.
But I did have the pleasure and privilege of being a finalist, and I'm looking to get back there. I performed pretty much anywhere anyone would let me over the last few years. I was featured at Wilson's in Hynella, July 7th. If anyone buy tickets are available now. But that was also a nice local stage. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now you're talking about two different stages now. Of course, the world famous Powell, that's the toughest stage in the world because
Yes, it is.
now you're depending on that crowd to say, yeah, all right, you can go on to the next level. But on those other smaller stages, it's more comfortable. It's like down home. It's like, this is comfortable. Let me get busy in here, and it's a loving thing. And the Apollo's a
Absolutely.
loving thing too, but you got to make sure that those people are with you because they can boo you off of there too. I've seen it happen.
So it's tough love. It's tough love, but it's love just the same. And if they're with you, then they're really with you. And you're right. The contrast is, and I've sang even in storefronts.
Yeah.
But in those storefronts, there might be one or two people that say that something that I sang or lyrics that I wrote have inspired them or helped them get through a tough time.
That's what's
up.
Yeah.
And that to me is as big a reward as gaining the acceptance of anyone, really.
Yeah, that's good. Inspiring and motivating people to do the right thing in life. You're giving them something positive. And they'll come back to you later on and they say, hey, remember, I saw you on that stage and I love the songs that you sang. And even they'll pick up your right. That's your following right there.
Completely.
That's your following.
Absolutely.
So what's next for you?
Next for me. So I have another album almost finished. I lost my father last January.
You did it with your father?
I'm sorry, say one more time.
You said you did it with your father?
No, I lost my father. My father passed away last January.
Oh, sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and the family. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But your father's with you, though, and he's going to be doing that album with you. I'm telling you. He's going to be with you.
Yes, he inspired one of the most amazing songs I've written so far. And the album will be named after the nickname that he called me, which is Dotch. So Dotch should be out before year's end. That's my sophomore album. I'm also soon to be featured. There's a movie in production right now called Killer X. My music is going to be featured on that. Thank you to Jose Torres for including me, who's starring in that movie as well. And I'm just going to keep writing. I have the motivational mix is out in distribution through Sony Orchard. I'm making the connections that need to be made. I'm seeing pictures here. I used to work for the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I made some amazing connects through there. And, my music is such that I can pretty much perform in front of anyone, in front of if it's a political crowd, if it's a religious crowd, I have something for everyone. And so I'm just going to continue to keep pushing and motivating people however I can.
Why not? You're in this space and time. Why not give it to us? Give it to us. That's a nice album cover right there. Is that the one that's coming out?
Dope is out now. So Dope is out on all streaming platforms. I have a new single called Impatient. I have a song with Tragedy Gaddafi out called Shining that should be out before the summer's end. Check out too.
That's dope.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Listen, Dyani, can you go like this and give us like a little something?
Sure. I'll give you a little bit of Dream Chaser.
Okay.
So it goes like that. They told you you weren't good enough, strong enough. Wasting your time, just give it up, hang it up. They said it wasn't worth it all, that you would fall. When yet you keep on trusting God and pressing on. You know that it's in you to be much greater than you are.
I can tell. I can tell. I can tell. I'm not going to give it all away right now on this platform right here, but we got to pick up your albums, right? We got to pick up your single too. Yeah.
Please do.
So when is the next one going to be done? Dope is out now.
By the end of year. Dope is out. The motivational mix is out now. Dot should be by year end.
And you're around a lot of people like Benzino. How was that like meeting Benzino?
So meeting Benzino was awesome. What's really cool about that connect is I went to Atlanta for a showcase where he was, and he got to hear me sing, and we got to interact a little bit. And now I have connections in Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta Juneteenth this Saturday to perform in Centennial Park, which will probably be my biggest crowd so far as a solo artist, and that's super amazing too. But I've met a lot of people, like I said, even through the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I was able to make some connections that have really carried on and that I use. you know, I tell everybody I have music out and ask them to share wherever they can.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, keep doing your thing, my girl. Keep doing your thing. You know, Benzino's daughter is singing also, isn't she?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, girls are people too, or something like that. I forget what it was. Anyway, I think it's Benzino's daughter. But anyway, you're going to continue to meet lots and lots of people. You're going to continue to inspire people. And, you know, you're going to be in the mix because this is what you love to do. You've been doing it since your mom and dad put you in between those speakers in that little Volkswagen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Bobley. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on Open.
Yeah. And where can we follow you?
Oh, yes. So I am on all streaming platforms as Dyani Star. That is my stage name. On also all social media. I'm Facebook. I'm on Instagram. On Twitter as Dyani, Dyani Star. I'm
loving it. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your vocal cords. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do in our community. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Bobley. Take good care.
You too. Dyani, singer, songwriter, and producer. We'll take a quick break right here and we'll come back. We still got more right here on Open.